So we have a new topic, something called loops, and it is also called as loop statements. I'll repeat, loop statements. It says a loop statement allows us to execute a statement or group of statements multiple times. One second. So loop. See, loop is a thing, but rotating in the same axis. This is called as looping. So similarly, here a loop statement allows us to execute a statement. Loops allows us to execute a statement or group of statements multiple times. For example, consider I'm having a statement, DBMS output. I have a statement. Now, I want to print. Consider I'm having a variable name. One second. I'll do it here. I have a variable name, Ganga, with var char data type with size 4, and the value of Ganga is single quote. So this is the value. And what I'll do, I want to print the DVM is Ganga. I want to print Ganga. So I just have one statement. I just have one statement. Now I want to print these statements 5 times. I want to print this DVMS 5 times. Same output 5 times. So to print or to execute a statement, to execute these statements or group of statements. Let me go with one more. Number to type of size 5. And the value for that is, again, use the same DBMS. So either one statement or multiple statements to print the same statements number of times or multiple times. So we have to use loops. So to print the statement, previously what we used to do, if I print this, we used to get the output as for Ganga, we used to get EVME. And for this RAM, we will get the output as, that's it. But now, if I want to print this one statement 5 times or 10 times, any number of times, I want to print the same statement in number of times. So for that sake, we have to use something called loop. Again and again, again and again, again and again, print. So that's what loop is called as. So I'll repeat again. So a loop statement allows us to execute a statement or group of statements or multiple times. Group of statements multiple times. And then we have 4 types of loops. Pl-Sql provides the following types of loops to handle the looping requirements. So we know that loops are used to print the statements or print the multiple statements multiple times. And how many times? How to control that? So that can be done with the help of these 4 types. So we have something called Pl-Sql basic loop, while loop, for loop, and nested loop. I'll repeat again. We have 4 types of loops. The one is basic loop, while loop, for loop, and nested loop. So the first one, basic loop. This one says basic loop structure encloses sequence of statements in between the loop and end loop statements. I'll repeat again. Basic loop. Basic loop structure encloses sequence of statements in between the loop and end loop statements. That's one says we will be having loop end loop. So see, this is a loop starting and loop ending. In between this loop and end loop, whatever the statements we write, statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, any number of statement. So if you write the statements in between this loop and end loop, that is called as basic loop. So basic loop structure encloses sequence of statements. See, these are the sequence of statements that are enclosed in between loop and end loop statement. Loop and end loop. And repeating, whatever the statements we write in between this loop and end loop, that kind of statements or that kind of that kind of statements can be called as basic loop. I'll explain once again. So this is a syntax: loop, end loop. And in between that, we will write sequence of statements. In between that, we will write the sequence of statements. Let's see one example. I have the syntax declare, begin, and end. Declare, begin, and end. So variable name x. Listen carefully. Variable name x, number data type, and the value of x is 10. Value of x is 10. And here, I'm starting the loop and also ending the loop. In between this starting and ending loop, whatever the things we write, that is called as basic loop. For example, I'll repeat again, variable name x, number data type, size 10. So starting the loop, and here I want the output for x. And the value of x should be, x plus 10. I'll repeat. As of now, the value of x is 10. And here, I'm also giving that the value of x should be x plus 10. It should be keep on adding 10, 10, 10 intervals until the value of x becomes greater than 50. Again, once again, I'll repeat. Value of x is 10. Number data type, size 10. And I'm starting the loop. So I want the output of x. And the value of x will be whatever the initial value it has, plus 10. So each repetition, it has to go with 10, 10 interval. Till when? Till x is greater than 50. When the value of x is greater than 50, then stop. See, we're asking the compiler to start looping. So, and it has to stop. This looping has to stop at one time. And that one time is when the value of x becomes greater than 50. This is a condition. If the value of x is greater than 50, then stop looping. Once again, I'll explain once again. So loop, basic loop. Variable name x, number data type, size 10. I want the output of x. Where the value of x should be whatever the initial value it has plus 10, 10 interval. 10, 10 interval. Until what is interval? If x is greater than 50, then exit, which means stop printing by the time when x value becomes greater than 50. Stop, exit. So I have used if here, end if. I have started loop here, end loop. And then after exit, control resumes here, which means after the condition satisfied, the output of x will be, after exit, the value of x will be, one second. So as of now, the value of x is 10. And listen carefully. As of now, the value of x is 10. And I've also given that when the value of x becomes greater than 50, then exit. It should stop printing or it should stop rotating or looping when the value of x becomes greater than 50. And the value of x should be whatever the initial value it has plus 10 interval. I'll repeat again. The value of x is 10 as of now. When the value of x becomes greater than 50, then it should stop looping. It should stop looping. And the value of x should be whatever the initial value it has plus 10. I'll let you know what is this now. As of now, what is the value of x? What is the value of x?
20.
What is the value of x?
20.
No. It is still 10. So
10.
value of x is 10. Is it greater than 50? Is it greater than 50?
No.
No.
No. So x is not greater than 50. Then the next interval, whatever the initial value it has, so that is x, 10 plus 10. See this what? Whatever the initial value it had, if it is satisfied, that's okay. If not, go with 10 more addition. Interval, next interval 10. So initially the value of x is 10. It is not greater than 50, not satisfied. Then the next interval, the next iteration, the value of x was 10. The value of x was 10 plus 10, which becomes 20. Is it greater than 50?
No.
No, it is not greater than 50. Not greater than 50. No. Now, what is the value of x? What is the value of x now?
20.
20. Yes, because initially it was 10 and it was not satisfied. And then it has taken 10 interval. That means the next iteration jumps to 10 interval. So initially it was 10 and the next iteration 10 plus 10. Now the value of x is 20, not 10. So 20 is not greater than 50. Still condition not satisfied. Then the next iteration. As of now, the value of x is 20 plus the next iteration 10 is equal to 30. Is it greater than 50? 30
No, sir.
is greater than 50? No.
No.
Still. Now what is the value of x? Value of x?
30.
30 plus next interval or iteration 10 is equal to 40. Is it greater than 50?
No.
Not yet. Again, next iteration. As of now, the value of x is 40. The next
40.
iteration 10 is equal to 50. Is it greater than 50?
No.
It is equal to 50. But the condition is
Yes.
should be greater than 50.
Greater than.
Still not. Now, what is the value of x?
50.
50 plus next iteration 10 is equal to 60. Is it greater than 50?
Yes.
Yes. So here, if the value of x is greater than 50, then exit. Stop printing. Then, if the value of x is greater than 50, it will exit. After exit, the control resumes here, saying that what is the value after exit? What is the value of x after exit?
60.
Yes, the value of x is 60. Let us check the same. The value of 10, so the value of x is 10, not greater than 50. Next iteration, 10 plus 10, 20, not greater than 50. Again, next iteration, 20 plus 10, 30. 30 is not greater than 50. Next iteration, 30 plus 10, 40. 40 is not greater than 50. Next iteration, 40 plus 10, 50. 50 is not greater than 50. It is equal to 50. Again, next iteration, 50. Banana cake. 50 plus 10, 60. 60 is greater than 50. Condition satisfied. Now the compiler will stop printing because the value of Vx become 60. 60 is greater than 50. So if value of x is greater than 50, stop printing. And after exit, give me the exact value of x. After exit, give me the exact value of x. And the exact value of x is 60. So this is called as iteration, rotation. So once again, initially it was 10. Initially it was 10. And the condition was greater than 50. It is not satisfied. Again, plus 10 becomes 20. Now it will again check 20 is not greater than 50. Again, next iteration, plus 10, 30, next iteration. So until the value of x becomes greater than 50, until the value of x becomes greater than 50, it will keep on printing with the next iteration, first iteration, second iteration, third iteration. And we have given the iteration as the value of x should be whatever the initial value it will be having with x plus 10, 10 iteration. So jump from 10 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 10, 10 intervals. If I make it 5, once again, if I make it 5, it will become with 10 plus 5, 15. 15 is not greater than 15. Again, plus 5, 20. 20 is not greater than 15. Again, plus 5. So it will take time. So that's the reason why I have given the iteration value as 10. So this is one example. Let me go with one more. Then one more example. Same. Variable name x, number data type, size, value of x is 20. Value of x is 20. And I'm starting the loop. I want the output of x. I want the output of x, and the value of x should be whatever the initial value it has. Whatever the initial value it has, plus 20, 20 intervals. Plus 20 intervals. Until when? Until the value of x becomes greater than 60. So the value of x becomes greater than 60. As of now, the value of x is 20. The value of x is 20. And the condition is when the value of x becomes greater than 60, then it should exit. Then it should exit. And the value of x is iterated with whatever the initial value it has plus 20. So 20, 20 intervals. Now, what is the value of x as of now? Value of x. What is the value of x as of now?
20,
20.
20.
Is it greater than 60?
No.
No. Next interval, the value of x will be whatever the initial value it has. This one. X
20 plus 20.
plus next interval 20
20.
to 40. Is it greater than 60?
No.
Class also comparison. Class also comparison. Yes. So 20 plus 20 is equal to 40, which is not greater than 60. Still not satisfied. Again, next interval. Now the value of x is not 20, it is 40.
40.
Plus next interval 20 is equal to 60. Is it greater than 60?
No, sir.
No, it is equal to 60. But the condition should be greater than 60. Still not. Now the value of x is 60
60.
plus next interval 20 is equal to 80. Is it greater than 60?
Yes.
So after exit, what is the value of x?
80.
80. Same thing. So 20, not greater than 60. Next interval, 20 plus 20, 40, not greater than 60. Next interval, 40 plus 20, 60, not greater than 60. Next interval, 60 plus 20, 80. Yes, 80 is greater than 60. So it will exit. And after exit, by the time it is exiting, the value of x is 80. Did you understand now what is basic loop? Is it clear? Nitya, Sai, Sonia, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yamini, Teja.
Yes, sir.
So this is basic loop. And then something called while loop. Something called while loop. So we have four loops: basic, while, for, and nested. Done with basic, then while loop. See, all are same. All these loops are same, but there is a slight changes because loop itself says that to rotate or to print the number of statements or any one statement couple of times or multiple times. So loop is nothing but rotating in the same axis, in the same place rotating. In the same way, with respect to these program, loop is nothing but printing a target statement couple of times or any number of times, either one statement or multiple statements, to print those statements either one time or number of times. We call it as loop. Then coming to while loop, this one says a while loop statement in Pl-Sql programming language repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. So while loop in Pl-Sql statement, sorry, while loop statement in Pl-Sql programming language repeatedly executes a target statement. See, this is also same. The definition which we have read with basic loop is also same, but here it is also same, but they have given some different line because the loop itself says either to print one statement or number of statements couple of times. Here also same. Loop structure encloses sequence of statements between loop and end loop. With each iteration or repetition, the sequence of statements will be executed and the control resumes at the top of the loop. The definition for all this loop, basic loop, while loop, for loop, nested loop are all same, but you have the definitions little different. The meaning is same, the moral is same. So here also while loop in Pl-Sql programming language repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given statement is true, given condition is true. So same syntax again, while, condition, loop, sequence of statements, end loop. If I go with example, declare, begin, and end. And here, variable name a, number data type of size 8, and the value of a is 10. The value of a is 10. And then I'm using while loop. While a is less than 15, start looping. As of now, the value of a is 10. The value of a should be less than 15. The value of a should be less than 15, then start looping, and then give me the output for the value of a. Give me the output for the value of a by the time when the value of a is iterated with whatever the existing value it has previously plus 1. So with the previous two queries, we have seen 10-10 intervals and 20-20 intervals, iteration. But here it is 1-1 iteration. I'll let you know once again. The value of a is 10. And the condition is, give me the output for the value of a. Give me the output for the value of a with 1-1 iteration. With 1-1 iteration. Exit when the value of a becomes equal to 50. Exit when the value of a becomes equal to 50. So I have used a while loop here, and I'm closing while loop here. By the time it exits, give me the exact value of a. Give me the exact value of a. I'll repeat this once again. Variable name a, number data type of size 8, value of a is 10. And here I have given the condition, a value should be less than 15. It should not be more than 15, or I can make it equal also, less than or equal. Give me the value of a. I want the value of a with each iteration. The value of a should be whatever the previous value it had plus 1-1 iteration, plus 1 iteration, until when the value of a becomes equal to 50. So exit when A becomes equal to 15. Now tell me, what is the value of A? 10. Value of A is 10. Is it equal to 15? Value of A is equal to 15. I'm audible?
No. No.
No. Next iteration. Value of A was 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. Is it equal to 15?
No, sir.
Not yet. Again, value of A. Now the value of A is 11 because initially it was 10 and it is not equal to 15. So the next iteration takes place. 10 plus 1 because A plus 1. So it was 10 plus 1 becomes 11. 11 is not equal to 15. Not satisfied. Now the value of A is 11 because the previous iteration was 10 plus 1. Now the value of A is 11. 11. Now the value of A is 11 plus 1, which is equal to 12. It is still not equal to 12. Now the value of A again, it is 12 plus the next iteration, which is equal to 13 and still not equal to 15. No. Again, the value of A is 13 plus the next iteration, which becomes 14, still not equal to 15. Not yet satisfied. So 14 is equal to, 14 is not equal to 15. Again, next iteration. Next iteration, the value of A is 14 plus 1, which becomes 15. Yes, value of A is 15 now, and it is equal to 15. So condition satisfied, then it will exit. And after exit, the value of A is 15. So similarly, the value of A 10. It was not equal to 15. Plus 1, 11. Not equal to 15. Plus 1, 12. Not equal to 15. Plus 1, 13. Not equal to 15. Plus 1, 14. Not equal to 15. Again plus 1, 15. So 15 is equal to 15. Then it will stop printing. It will stop printing. And after exit, the exact value of A is 15. Is it clear with this one?
Yeah, clear, sir.
Now the same example again. Same example. Declare, begin, and end. Variable name here. Number data type of size 2. And the value of A is 10. While A is equal to 25. While A is equal to 25, start with it. I want the output for the value of A. The value of A, and the value of A should be whatever the existing value it has plus 5 iteration. 5 iteration. And then exit when the value of A becomes greater than 25. As of now, the value of A is 10. And that value of A should be iterated with 5 intervals. 5 intervals until when? Until when the value of A becomes greater than 25. So, and after exit, the exact value of A. After exit, the exact value of A. So as of now, the value of A is 10. It is not greater than 25. No. Again, next iteration. A is equal to 10 plus the next iteration 5, which is equal to 15. It is still not greater than 25. No. Now the value of A is 15 plus the next iteration is equal to 20. It is still not greater than 25. Again, next, the value of A is 20 plus the next iteration, which is equal to 25. It is equal to 25, not greater than 25, not satisfied. Again, the value of A is 25 plus the next iteration, which is equal to 30. Yes, 30 is greater than 25. Condition is satisfied. Now it will stop writing. It will stop looping. And after exit, the value of A is 30. The value of A is so after exit, it's something. Iterative with 5, the value of A becomes greater than 25. So initially the value of A is 10, which is not equal to 25. Next iteration plus 5. 15, not equal to 25. Next iteration 15 plus 5, 20. 20 is still not equal to 25. Next iteration plus 5, 25. So 25 is equal to 25. So it will stop exiting. And by the time it exits, the exact value of A is 20. So this is a while loop. This is while loop. Is it clear so far with this one? See, these both are same. This basic loop, while loop, are all both are same. But it just the syntax. The syntax is just a little change. And we use this basic loop to print a target statement or couple of statements, couple of times or multiple times. This is also while loop. It is used to print a target statement or couple of statements multiple times. So both are same, but this is most used. While loop is used most. And then something called for loop. We'll do one thing. Rejoin again.